Assalamu alaikum and welcome everybody. Today we have the privilege of speaking with Dr. Thavila Rittapirom, the President and CEO of the Islamic Bank of Thailand. He is a distinguished figure in the banking industry, known for his visionary leadership and profound expertise in Islamic banking. Under his guidance, the Islamic Bank of Thailand has flourished, contributing significantly to the growth of Sharia-compliant banking in the region. We're honored to have him with us to share insights on the evolving landscape of Islamic banking and finance and his strategic vision for the future of Islamic banking in Thailand. Let's welcome him and good morning, Mr. Rittapirom. Thank you so much for your time taking out of your busy schedule. I really appreciate it, sir. How are you today?
Good morning, Mr. Ahmed. Very well, thank you. Yourself?
Mr. Rittapirom, just as a starter, could it be possible for you, please, to give us a little bit background information about yourself as to how you got started in the financial industry in the first place and what is your current role?
Okay, thank you. I've been in as a banker for almost 30 years. Start my career as a lawyer, as an in-house lawyer for one conglomerate in Thailand, which is Siam Cement, which is now SCG. I think a lot of people know about this group. And then I moved over to Bangkok Bank, a commercial bank in Thailand. And I was sent over to work in the international department at the New York branch for some time before relocating back to Bangkok. So after spending some time with the commercial bank at Bangkok Bank, I got the opportunity to work for the government because Islamic Bank is now under supervision of the government of Thailand. I'm seeing a lot of opportunity as a gateway to connect iBank or Islamic Bank of Thailand with the international community and perhaps to explore opportunity to work in certain area like halal economy and also a lot of opportunity. That's why I decided to move to iBank to run this bank. That's basically what happened for me to move my career from commercial bank to Islamic Bank or state enterprise bank.
Mr. Rittapirom, could you provide an overview of the Islamic Bank of Thailand's history, mission, vision, and key objectives?
So in brief, the bank was set up 20 years ago. Back then, I think there was a need from the Muslim community where they would require banking service and products that are Sharia compliant. As you may be aware, that seems to be a thing that quite important for the Muslim community. Given the size of the Muslim population in Thailand, we are about up to 10 million at most, that I would say. So Muslim is perhaps the second largest religion in Thailand, second to the Buddhist. But due to the openness of the Thai society, the government, so they decided to set up this bank to offer this product to the Muslim community and to serve their needs. That's one objective. The second objective, as you might be aware, we have some sort of development challenges in the southern part of Thailand, where we have the density of the Muslim population in that area. That's why the government back then, I think they focused on that area and try to provide the mechanics. Finance is one thing, so that they would have some sort of financial inclusion, service development, and a lot of programs that have been undertaken in the southern part of Thailand from them.
What are the key challenges and opportunities currently facing the Islamic banking industry in Thailand?
I would say the awareness is a key. Even though we have quite a large Muslim community, particularly in the southern part of Thailand, but given that we are the open society, so for some Muslim community, I think we have to raise their awareness that getting the Sharia compliant service is some sort of thing that's important to them because of they also have a lot of service from commercial bank, conventional bank, and mainstream bank. So we have to raise their awareness so that they would look to us as a preferred bank or main bank for them. That what we have been fighting for a number of years. That's the one thing. The other thing is perhaps look to ourselves because our size compared to other players in the market, we quite a niche player. So we have to provide some sort of digital service channel to them. That's something that we need to keep doing so that we could provide them certain convenience and a lot of things. The one thing that I like to point out, which is the key, that perhaps the ecosystem in Thailand, of course, we have the Sharia Bank. We are the only one and only Sharia Bank, but we do have the Muslim cooperative, the non-bank who also provide service to Muslim community. But when it comes to the capital market, insurance product, I have to say the player and service is still small. So that's why we need to build the bigger and larger ecosystem so that Muslim would have the choice in terms of investment, risk protection, and everything, which is something that fortunately we got some sort of support from the financial authority apart from the central bank. They have a plan to promote the investment activity insurance product, which are the Sharia compliant. So I hope that going forward, we should build a bigger ecosystem for the Thai community.
Sir, how does the bank navigate regulatory and compliance requirements unique to Islamic banking and finance industry? And how has the Thai regulatory landscape evolved over the years to accommodate the Islamic banking industry in the country?
Okay. If you look to the case of Malaysia, which I hope that you are quite familiar, I think they have the environment that perhaps supportive to the Islamic banking. They promote rules and regulation. But when it comes to Thailand, I think we have the two systems where the authority have rules and regulation applicable to the conventional bank. Then they have to design, perhaps adapt that rule and regulation specific to us. And since we are the one and only bank that provide the Sharia compliance service, so when it comes to the environment, you have the system where you provide, a large set of rule and regulation for the mainstream bank, conventional bank, and you have to adapt that rule applicable only to us. So that's why when you compare our environment to the Malaysian environment, we are different. But the good news is we got some interest from a lot of authority. Central bank, I have to commend them. I think they have a strong interest in developing the Islamic banking environment, particularly in the southern part of Thailand. I think they work with us. They explore opportunity to get some awareness. And we also have some interest from the SEC, for example, and also the authority who oversee the insurance. So I hope that going forward, once we could be able to build the large ecosystem, we would get some support from the financial authority. But still, I would say it's still long way to go. But I think at least they are on the right track, in my view.
Sir, could you please discuss the bank's strategy for promoting financial inclusion and serving the underbanked or unbanked populations in Thailand?
Okay. Basically, iBank is wearing two hats. One hat is a state enterprise. We have been grouped as a specialized financial institution among 5 or 4 banks in Thailand that have to undertake the government project. That's one thing. The other hat we are wearing is a retail bank that we provide service to, large customers. So when it comes to certain area, like in the southern part of Thailand, where we have the largest Muslim population, we have to admit that there's a lot of issue in that area: financial inclusion, awareness, education. So our role is just to help those people in terms of getting access to the financial service. That's why this year we are working on the project where would deploy where would be deploying the digital banking service to those people. That's one thing. So that we provide them some convenient access to the banking service. That's one. The other one that we provide some sort of help program where we provide some sort of soft loan to the Muslim community. They could relieve that debt problem, that could get access to, day-to-day working, selling stuff in the market, that sort of thing. So I hope that with that project, we could be able to help closing the gap for those people, for both financial inclusion and also the everyday need of those people. That's the task that we have been undertaking.
Sir, as you know, that Islamic financial principles emphasize risk sharing and asset backed transactions. How does the bank structure its products and services to align with these principles?
That's the key thing. We pretty much follow the Malaysian model. As you may be aware, from my understanding, Malaysian model offers some sort of flexibility in terms of adapting the Islamic banking system to the everyday need of business and Muslim community. So we have been following those models for quite some time now. So what happened in Malaysia in terms of evolution, development, that's something we pay a close watch on this. So I have to say that when it comes to Thailand, I think adaptation, so make this our product and service more understandable, more receptive to those people, that's the key. But from time to time, we may have run into some sort of technicality, some sort of challenges. We have to deal with it in terms of educating those people, because in my view, there's no way that you could not reduce the debate and challenge when it comes to theory of Islamic banking. But I would say that so far so good. At least we got some flexibility, adoption in the Thai community.
Could you please share some recent success stories or notable achievements of the Islamic Bank of Thailand that demonstrate the bank's commitment to its customers as well as its stakeholders?
Yeah, I think the recently we received some interest from a lot of stakeholders, particularly when it comes to the halal ecosystem. When we look to the halal ecosystem, I think there would be a big opportunity for Thailand to get connect to those circles. Particularly if you look to the recent development between the relationship between Thailand and Kingdom Saudi Arabia is a good example. One day they reconnect, they reopen. There may be opportunity for us to promote a lot of banking service. For example, deposit for Hajj and Umrah. That's something that's getting more popular. I think this year we plan to announce a new program so that we promote the Thai people, Muslim people, to go to do some religious activity in Saudi Arabia and perhaps do some Umrah. It could be done all year round. That's something that we have been moving into. The second project that we start recently is to groom the Thai exporter. Some of them need to apply to get some halal certification in Thailand. We would like to uplift the standard and practice in everything so that they would not just focus on the Thai market, that they could export their product to Malaysia, to Indonesia, even to the Middle East. That's why I met you in KL recently. That one of our initiatives to reconnect with those communities, so there would be opportunity for Thai exporter or Thai producer to be in the halal supply chain. So we hope that would be a key initiative for us going forward to make Thailand become part of the global halal supply chain.
Diversity and inclusion are critical components of a progressive organization. What measures has the Islamic Bank of Thailand taken to promote diversity at all levels of the organization, including leadership roles?
I could present it in a number of dimensions. The first dimension is the existence of the Islamic Bank like us alone is a good example of diversity and the openness of the Thai society. I think we are, as a country, we are open-minded to set up the Islamic Bank. I think that's one thing. Uh, the second dimension is in terms of diversity of our staff. We have half our staff who are, Buddhist, Christian, and from other religions, and they work together. I think they respect each other. They could understand the activity that the Muslim colleague would do during the Friday time. They could share their tasks. They could help each other. I think that's a good example of the diversity that we have. And when it comes to staff promotion, everything, we also open to women, even though women is something that has been talked about in many circles. But we are proud to have a women become our executive in many departments. So all in all, I think that diversity appears in the way we do business, the way we interact with the community, and the way we engage with our own staff.
Sir, what's your vision for the future of Islamic banking in Thailand, and what strategic initiatives is the bank pursuing to achieve that vision?
We recently relooked at our vision, and we would like to set a new vision for Islamic Bank of Thailand to be a financial institution that is governed by the Sharia principle and with the aim to pursue the sustainability. I like to perhaps elaborate more on the three objectives. We would like to become a financial institution. That's why we have to provide more service and more channel convenience to those people. Mobile banking is one thing that we're going to be deploying by year end to get access for our end user. That's one thing. The Sharia compliance, we would like to use that as a guiding principle for us when it comes to do business. As you may be aware, a lot of government, they would like to promote responsible lending, social careness, BCG, ESG, you name it. I think the beauty of Islamic finance, we are the forerunner when it comes to those areas. So I think sticking to the Sharia principle, that might be a good view for us, at least to the new generation, to the new people. I think they care more for society and our role in those ones. That's the second objective. The third objective is to look to the sustainability as at the end game. That's why we would like to explore to build a portfolio in the ESG area. I mentioned in presentation when what I did in KL, that the financing that we provide to the hospital in the southern part of Thailand, where the people in those areas could get access to those medical service with the lower cost. That's one area. We would like to support certain projects which we have done already for the renewable energy, electric cities in the southern part of Thailand, building certain infrastructure where we could create jobs and promote the development in the southern part of Thailand. Those are the ESG portfolio that we would like to be focusing on going forward. And the third one, which is the most important that I mentioned to you, I think we would like to position a bank as a conduit for the country and for the Thai business to become part of the global halal supply chain eventually. That's a big plan, but we have to think big, start small, but most of all start.
How does the bank ensure transparency and accountability in its operations, especially when it comes to Sharia compliance and financial reporting?
You raise a key question and very important question. As a financial institution subject to supervision of the government, we have to report a lot of things to the Ministry of Finance, with the primary regulator. And we are also under the close supervision of the Bank of Thailand, which is also the key regulator in the banking area. So with that, I think we have to report. We are subject to their supervision, subject to their audits all year round. That's one thing to ensure our transparency. The second one is making it unique is for us to have the Sharia board to ensure that every product and service that we have to provide need to pass their approval. So if there is a case that they need to do some fatwa or rule for the exception, it needs to pass through the consideration of those Sharia board. And our Sharia board comprised of knowledgeable and experience, not only in academic, but also from the practitioner. So we are quite sure that the service that we provide, every product, every activity needs to be approved by those Sharia board to ensure the transparency. And the third one is we communicate all along with the outside community or the stakeholder. We need to ensure that with it reporting, with our engagement and dialogue, we would be able to present ourselves as a transparent bank. Of course, I have to admit in the past, we may have certain situations, but if you look to the age of the bank, we are just 20 years. So we've been through a number of learning curve, practice and everything. So I hope that when we settle and everything on the long journey, we would be able to present ourselves as a Sharia bank with the proud of our people.
Mr. Rittapirom, as a leader in the Islamic banking sector in Thailand, what advice do you have for aspiring professionals who are looking to build a career in Islamic finance or banking in general?
In my humble opinion, I would say, as a person with legal background, that equipped me to do a lot of tasks. But becoming a banker, I think that's the career that we should be proud of, because bankers have a lot of roles. Apart from do some financing, we have to engage with the outside community all along. And our role is quite important, particularly running this bank, which is a Sharia bank. I think I have to stick to the Sharia, which is a very good guiding principle. So I would encourage anyone that still think that, a banking career is a die-down career. Actually, it's not. It needs to go through a lot of adaptation, a lot of challenges. But I think as a good profession, so I would encourage anyone to perhaps not to shift from the commercial banker to become special banker, but as a banker, you could do a lot of things that could make impact to the society. So in my humble opinion, I'm probably gonna be one person that's gonna be starting walking on that journey. But I like more younger generation to look to this journey and perhaps, walk with me in this important journey.
Sir, Mr. Rittapirom, thank you so much for your valuable time again. It's been really wonderful talking to you. And I'm sure our visitors will be able to benefit from the discussion which we've had today. And thank you so much. I really enjoyed speaking with you. All the best. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Am, for having me, and particularly your interest in getting in contact with us. I hope that the audience of the Halal Time would interest in the activity and perhaps what we do in Thailand. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. ครับ สวัสดีครับ